has followed him for so long, only getting the 4 kills.
Wah!
Yeah, it's no longer T4 extra,
tinggal
it's
dulu,
T5
tinggal
extra now. If he's able to do these moments again.
Tapi T1 mainnya jujur kebaca banget sih kalau mereka ngelopinnya sama terus.
Iya.
Lalu 4
Pokoknya
anjir.
menurut Koko mereka bakal nge-bruce side-nya si itu sih. Siapa namanya? Si Meteor. Karena mainnya sama mulu Jas, tadi lo. Gerakannya.
Iya. Coba kita lihat.
Kasih guys.
Hai guys,
Jadi-
selamat
It was
malam.
this bind that got them
Dah,
into
gue udah
Masters
nungguin
over
nih.
DRX, and it was this
Ayo, Bun.
bind that got them the kickoff title winning
Bro.
moment against Paper Rex. And they're here to prove that they
Kami,
know
kami,
exactly how to
kami.
play it. Foxy 9 gets a lot of information
Sini, Bun, ya.
right before he gets engulfed with several members
Bantu
of
aku
T1.
terakhir tapi Bituan lumayan jago sih mainnya.
As well, the team
Not bad.
play quick to go through, trying to come in with a pinch, but it does alleviate a little bit more pressure. 41 on the A side, they go for the quick rotations, and also Karen up with the smokes. He's actually
bisa,
sitting
Tiwan,
there and playing super far
Apapun,
back.
apapun yang terjadi guys
Try to
ya.
hold on to backside all alone. He knows it takes time for
Kita
that.
Aku yakin kau
Look at
bisa.
Stacks on the minimap,
Na
waiting
na
to
na
see if
na
there's a
na
lurk
na
because
na
there was a huge pinch.
na
Tum, 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 tum.
All 5 members
na
not
na
in a
na.
great position for Gen.G to try to go for this retake. They have to go
Fuck,
through
full retake?
this choke
Holy
point
shit.
with several members. There's one right click going on for 2, but the trade
Nice.
not quite there from Izu. Meteor will make sure he fills the gaps. And now Gen.G, they've taken over
Round-
backside, but they
round
are down
counts.
in numbers, very low on health on both sides.
Welcome,
Buzz gets
Reski.
ahead of it. Do they know? Meteor holding on to the site.
Lagi.
Caron, the
Okay,
master
first
Corona.
really good guys.
bind. But
Good
there's
pistol
the
on.
pop flash. He's not able to approach. And surely he doesn't have
Okay,
a way
guys,
out
good
as
opening,
Oke,
Buzz.
good
satu.
opening,
Okay.
Good start, good
Good
start,
opening,
let's
good
go.
start, good start.
Showstopper.
Nggak usah kaki-kaki kalian, diam, diam, diam. Dukung dulu tim gua.
But down at the very end, you know, it kind of happens at this little choke point, as you mentioned, Jover. I mean, it's so incredibly narrow. I believe they wanted to try to
Bunyi
just
kalau-
throw bodies all the way
kalau
through
dia
and find
salmon,
these trades.
ngomongin
as
dia.
Gen.G
Akhirnya,
does,
guys.
but
Kapan lagi, guys, T1 menang
actually
pistolan, guys?
avoiding some of these,
Terharu gua.
angles as well, just holding close, a little bit of an
Ayo,
off
bisa,
angle,
yuk.
just the classic right click.
Ayo, 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 semangat, 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 semangat.
So a little bit of an unfortunate round for Gen.G as T1 picks it up, and now you got those 3 rifles on their hands.
Nggak usah kaki-kaki
Phantom
kalian.
and 2 Bulldogs.
Sige, kok
Phantom
sambil
going to be
TFT.
the hands of Buzz
Sumpah.
with full armor leading the charge
Iya.
for T1 on the attack.
Teori
Sheer
sambil
point over
TFT.
to Showers. Meanwhile, slow creeping. You look at the sheer wall, really just meant to watch
Aduh,
the
aduh.
flag. Oh, okay, still gets a trade from
Aduh,
Texture.
sakit banget itu, Net.
Still at full health, and he will look to hold on to
Welcome,
Showers. That
Suki.
gives the threat of a potential
Ada udah live dah.
with the
Udah.
TP. So Stacks will
Yeah,
go
lo udah live
back.
dah, guys.
Razorvine's used as well. They don't want to take any chances. A lot of respect given over to the Sheriffs of Gen.G.
Ooh, a little bit of mosh pit from
Who's
back.
the guy in the
Iya,
Discord?
soal
Ada
bihun
T1
namanya.
Towards truck does force T1 to back off for a second. Still though, flash set up. Meteor just coming back in to hold on.
Chill,
to
karpet
last.
chill lo, ada Phantom.
Some classic shots out from short with Karen at the back. So T1 just kind of forced to disperse, but they are able to come back in and refill. They've got those rifles. They're looking for the sprays. Meteor does find one. Carpe onto the next and in towards the final one. Yo man, just hiding
Yo-Man ya.
around the edges of the
Nice.
smoke. Sussed
Itu loh,
down
ayo,
by the
langsung lagi
ghost
yuk,
at
langsung
the
yuk, langsung
very
yuk.
end.
Yeah, got the half, but the mosh pit is just too much here from Izu.
Nggak usah kaki-kaki
And a
kalian.
good
Welcome,
hold.
man.
And if you looked at the minimap, just the trade timings here from T1.
Let's go
You have one
guys,
of your
let's go
members
guys.
trapped behind the boxes here, and it's going to be Meteor. There he is, protecting Stacks, making sure that he's
Gimana
not caught off
tim
guard.
gue?
He doesn't get spammed through the box.
2-0 guys, aman ya, aman ya. Aman ya guys ya, aman ya, aman ya.
Belum,
Masih aman ya, masih aman ya.
Spot, so nothing lost.
Chill aja dulu, ini udah mulai
Iya,
arahnya ada
Three
acil
points
ini.
away
Del.
Oke,
from the
DP.
showstopper, getting very close already.
A Texture as well, and so is Karen, as well as Meteor. So a lot of them coming online pretty soon. And also meeting each other force to force. Still though,
Nice.
high-low setup, and
Take
T1
those sendiri
will
terus ya,
even
Texture.
clash.
Just pick alone, bro.
Texture gone. Karen tries to hold the angle now. to
Nice.
hold that
Okay,
space
okay.
Even further, but
Welcome,
Nice.
Komori.
Lagi
Let it
3.
happen. Yeah, Gen.G going out one.
Okay. Good start guys, good start.
And T1, it's them this time that says we'll answer with numbers. Stacks has escaped. He put pressure on B to make sure that the default had to be held. And Gen.G, just like that, it's a save.
straight off to it. No other option. It's just T1 now finding this little approach into the A site, something that can be repeated hopefully for the future. Gen.G needing to adjust.
And this type of solo play from Stacks, we've seen
Kita
this
nggak ada nge-jinx ya.
before.
Sekali lagi
It's
gua kasih tau
gotten
kita nggak ada
countered
nge-jinx.
before. And Gen.G, if you study the tape, you have to start to get a
Pinakal
good
soal
read.
sih
The
sebenarnya
tells have been there
silakan
from
guys.
T1. Yes,
Ini
there
gue
are
sambil gue mau nonton,
variations,
oke?
and the speed, I would say the tempo, much higher right now from T1 than we've seen at all throughout this kickoff. I'm curious to see if Gen.G has a counter for it.
For now, though, still trying to save as T1
Udah kasih Dion full
starts on
treatment.
a bit of a hunt.
Yo, man.
Orang gue
Be in
nonton ini
trouble.
guys.
There's the swing out. He will gun them both down, thankfully, but Munchkin gets taken out.
A bit of an even.
Ayo,
somewhat of
T1,
an even
yuk,
trade.
4-0
Yoman
yuk.
gets 2 for 1 actually. So
Pokoknya teksturnya nggak boleh kasih nyala. Pokoknya tekstur cannot on fire guys. If it's on fire, it's hard.
Well, but taking a look, a quick glimpse for the highlights roll, it is T1 much closer to the ultimates. In fact, as you mentioned, they go in fast and
Time out.
Gen.G not quite fighting
Instant
the
time out
just
from
yet,
Gen.G guys.
but off the bonus round loss, instant time out called.
And you gotta wonder, something horrible has been going on right now in the comms or the defaults because you had time to talk about what you prepped coming into this map. You were the ones riding high with emotions. I mean, sure, you gotta calm people down, you gotta rest up, go to the bathroom, etc. But to call a timeout this early, perhaps Solo and HSK, the coaches of Gen.G, identifying the small switch-ups from T1, identifying the tells for this.
Ini kalau misalnya kalau ada timeout gini ya hati-hati ada push sih.
Attacks up A short.
Antara main push, Gen.G-nya kalau nggak Gen.G bakal
So yeah, it's just trying to cool things
do
down
something.
a little. T1 taking a bit of a break as well. I think a much needed one after that most recent
Agak mode serius
timeout
banget.
for both sides. I mean, overtime for both sides, but still. Noting a lot of plays definitely true as
Pokoknya apapun yang terjadi.
Mau dibolongin.
reliance to go in for these fights,
Apa?
these trades where I mean, of course they are known to do, but thanks to that high low, you can't quite repeat those same moments any further.
Siapa yang harus
Still,
didiskusin?
okay, it's gonna be a 3-man push down B long.
And just trying to make sure that they keep
Oh.
control of this. They get the ult orb as well. It's going to be a
Yeah.
TP play. But right now you have to give up space. Texture
Terus?
doesn't have a weapon in hand other than just
Jangan ditaruh
share
itu
it.
lagi sih. Jangan taruh di. Oke, jangan dijepit jendela.
No ult just yet from Gen.G though.
Terus,
Dijebol,
terus,
dijebol
terus,
gitu.
They
terus.
hear the ult orb. They're ready for the picks, but not quite fast enough. The Phantom dropped.
Ya,
Foxy
enakan
Nine
kalau mau di situ.
picks it up. He can fight, but he is all alone. And T1 does not want to give him that opportunity.
Entah guys ya, lagi sambil bocil ada internet gua nih, lagi mau masang.
Pinched in
Ini gimana jadi?
while the other
Oke,
players of
Foxy-nya
Mode
Gen.G
chill aja
stuck di
tuh.
situ.
constantly rotates over thinking that T1 might have done the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good read from Gen.G because surely they don't just try to come back in and always have to have someone watching Foxy 9. But T1's going to do exactly that. They've got Carpe watching
It's Foxy.
the whole time, and they get the read that the site has to be emptied out. They expect us to rotate. A call here coming in from Stacks, reading into Munchkin's mind. Now, so much
Bisa nih, sumpah.
up to Foxy 9, but
Ini udah tinggal masalah Gen.G hype-nya ya.
Outlaw at the ready. Same with a Phantom. They switched it out. 2 Phantoms. Waiting. There's the flash. Buys time. Gets information that he has, in fact, exited the TP. All lies here on Showers. Gen.G's just waiting for the opening shot, and it's not going to happen.
Gila.
Hope
But the most so patient guys,
Now
both of
the
them.
3 members just look for cheeky kills, but they will not find them. And Charon, Texture, all falls as
Nice.
T1 leads 4 to
Oh,
0.
guys, let's go guys.
Satu
Tonton
lagi
nih.
yang malam ini
One
enggak,
around from
guys.
T1. I mean, you can't really fault Gen.G right there. They're holding as much as possible because they don't want to give up any, out points freely over onto
Nah.
T1. But at the same time,
Lanjutin terus
they
ya.
don't really have the firepower. They
Biar
don't
relax
really
aja,
have
biar
the
relax.
positioning for the best possible angles. And because of that, at some point, sooner rather than later, T1 just decides to go for it. Meteor off with the swing, Izu off of his contact, and at the same time, Foxy 9 just instantly
pede.
noted and
Let's
dealt
go.
with. They already knew where he was. So, kills now, alt points.
Dia ada
all
ulti nggak nih? Ada ulti semua ya? Oke, dia flash ulti guys. Fast E. Change tempo fast E. Rocket, base rocket fast E. You need to change tempo here. Nice, rocket tuh. Nah, itu loh bos.
And Munchkin can't connect onto 2. It's just the
That's
1
what
for 2.
I want,
Charon
guys.
all alone in Lambs. He gets a kill, but he is stranded. Stim pack activated. Make sure he can dance around. Teammates coming through. A timing. Texture fires the rocket, but it's
Lucky
not
for
going
you,
to
that's
land.
what I
Yeoman will have
like.
to be the one that gets the cleanup. Checking all around. Triple. Meteor pushed in.
2v2.
There's the Nightfall. They know exactly
Nice.
what he's, but look at Meteor. Look at Meteor going
Nice.
around. He doesn't even
Let's
need
go.
it. Stacks
Ayo,
This is what you call momentum, guys. This is what you call momentum, okay? This is what you call momentum.
Oke,
Just
semangat
a
habis.
setup for that bit of a
Let's go,
crossfire with Stacks
T1.
on the other side. Gen.G doesn't expect it whatsoever. Off with a quick.
Tetap, intinya kita nggak boleh takabur, guys.
Showstopper in, but they was just all kind of slowed down and denied. And off of that, with the 2-on-2,
Biar lucu banget.
just decided to kind of push up where a little bit unfortunate for Gen.G, even though they kind of knew where they wanted to look. And that you mentioned, just Stacks being so locked in now, hasn't died a single time. His teammates have
takabur, it means apa ya adalah takabur di sini?
Gen.G have yet to reply.
Like.
And it looks like it's going to be another just site
Apa ya sih? I don't know how to explain
Very
this.
overly confident.
After here comes the thrash. Texture not going to get detained by just yet, but they know the location. Can he stay alive? Paint shell's coming out. It's just an absolute pinch onto Texture.
Nice, guys.
Nobody has vision, but Stacks will find his target.
Nice.
Foxy9 staying alive.
Udah ini push terus, jangan kasih nafas tuh, hajar terus, agresif terus. Keep playing agresif.
Can't slow down the squad of T1. Karon stabilizes with another kill, finds another headshot, but only damage done. Not what you were looking for.
Yo.
That's just Munchkin. He's got the Sheriff 2 points away from the ult, so he's gonna try.
You see him making calls as well, just trying to take some time, thinking through things. Because you have to wonder, does Gen.G at some point use their second time out? Stacks ready for it. Another 3K, 1 point away from the no command. Big time talked about it. T1 was the one who had to struggle to regroup, to recoup their mental state, to get back in the zone. And they come out firing on all cylinders.
And they really just do it in such a way, such a fashion that Gen.G cannot reply. Gen.G cannot find a moment to breathe. The round before, Texture brought up on an off, but T1 just going quick onto the A site.
The op now.
Second time?
And returning for Texture.
Oh,
What did you expect?
this is what T1 stacks towards B.
It's going to be that read on that econ. See if there's any reaction. You do have the arc rows outside of showers as well for that passive information. This is that classic setup that Meteor loves.
Aduh, Meteor OP lagi. You need to be careful, guys. Meteor OP.
Try to get time is to try to get space. Arc rows recovered, seeing if there's a reaction off of that for a really clear, but Gen.G holds true. Foxy9 waiting for it. It's going to be a flash. Pretends he's not there. A nice attempt at a swing out, but neither really getting the goal they wanted.
Yeoman sent out a Prowler down B long as well, and I think it didn't go deep enough, so T1 not quite noted from before, but now absolutely, with the snake bite being spent from Munchkin, trying to hold and delay them off, but T1 continue forward, straight in towards Hookah. Good launching pad for Buzz, straight into the site. Not checked from underneath, though. Munchkin able to come up huge with a double.
Nice Texture miss, come on Texture, keep missing that.
Izu off for the next kill, and a mosh pit to slow them down.
But we do have Karon, who's already gotten through. T1, they have to recognize that they do not have info. Stacks is staring intensely at Elbow. Understands that there could still be an extra member. 3v3, Gen.G, the best shot they have to try to get a point on the board. Dizzy out. They start their retake. 2 people already in the back of sight, but he's just been dancing around. Stacks doesn't have to worry about a thing, but Foxy9 will not be able to finish the job.
7-0.
Puts him back in his place. 7-0. Is there a timeout? No, they continue. Gen.G hoping that the players on the server will recover, will stabilize, will stem the bleeding, but is it going to be too late?
Ini apa? Not takabur. Just not takabur, guys. That's the key.
I mean, you gotta imagine maybe they try it at some point, but right now,
7-0.
with fingers crossed, that somehow either Munchkin or Yeoman or maybe the rest of the team are able to string something together in for a bit of a desperate play with the
Master on the roof.
short judge at hand, but T1 avoided altogether. Straight in with a thrash, comes back in to recollect, marching up B long now. Yeoman on the other side.
Oh, Buzz was ready for that as well. Had his crosshairs trained, but won't find his target. Once again, the weaponry not there for Gen.G. Just have Munchkin with the judge and Karon now with the Guardian in the site. Counter Thrash, Thrash for Thrash, both people detained, but Karon lands his shots. He's still got the Guardian online. He's still on the site.
Nice, guys.
Might have gotten the kills. He will finally clear the site. Texture, he snuck in, he's been spotted, but he's got the Guardian. He lines him up. resets. 1v2 on the
1v1.
site, lands another shot, but he sets up the 1v1.
Main
But
time
a
nggak sih?
judge,
No way, right? There's no way,
not
right?
enough health taken away from Carpe.
Udah expect dong.
The Gen.G classic
What's-
pushes him out. Munchkin closes the gap, but what a good
Nice.
reposition!
Nice, 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 nice.
Zero,
Carpe now.
eight,
Carpe,
eight,
and
zero.
just no
Udah guys,
sign
ini
of
doang.
hope from
Nice,
Gen.G.
nice.
The cross
Nggak boleh takabur.
arrangement,
Don't
the
takabur,
reposition,
keep
just
focus,
tapping
right?
away
Keep
for
focus like
added
usual. Don't
measure as
takabur.
well.
We can do this.
And it pays
All
off.
good, all good, all good, all good, all
T1, they
good.
continue to keep up the pace. Carpe with that orbital strike towards the end as well, just to secure a little bit more for the rest of the team. Texture though, quick to adjust, quick to note that possibly someone might hop up, but even then down to the very last moment, not enough. As it was just a judge. There it is, the timeout, but
It's okay.
You have to. I mean,
Ayo,
8-0.
T1 juga
You
ngobrol
might
ya.
not even get a chance to use this timeout.
Fabian kan
You have to stabilize. You have to put everything on the line to get 4 if you are Gen.G. If you do not want to fall after such
Aspek tembak kan nih? Ayo,
dramatic map. Gen.G, they were able to power through that split, but Munchkin now holding his head, just wondering. And a big part of this is, again, T1, it's just been set play after set play. They just wait. Sometimes it's tempo changes, but they're not working the entire map. Sure, Meteor puts a little pressure in showers, but that's as basic as the default gets here. And Gen.G, they've started to scare away from these fights. They started to cower into the corners of the site, being herded by T1's utility. I wonder if they can recover.
Hopefully with the timeout, they are able to really steel their nerves. Because if not, I mean,
Mas gue balik
as
ke
you
restoran
mentioned,
gitu kan, restoran.
starting to let that fear
Nggak ada, guys.
sit in. You know, these are the moments when you start to think like, yeah, set plays, maybe I can go for retakes, but then you're afraid. So now, back into its 3-2 split. Texture into its showers.
He's gone deeper into it. Razor Vines gets cleared by teammates. 2 already noted. 2 people watching showers, but outside of it, Meteor gives that information. It's an immediate push into B long. Gen.G, is there a rotate? It begins, but is it going to be there in time? An amazing pop flash. No kill found. Munchkin waiting as long as possible with the snake bite. No man doesn't spot them. They're in the smoke. They're all ready for it. And T1, they just break out into just a spray of bullets. And the site will once again be theirs.
Swing sih mestinya.
Marching forward on their warpath. They do not relent. They do not stop.
Sampai sih ada orang internet.
Right out of it, and unfortunate for Yeoman trying to run and gun it down, but it just couldn't quite pay off. And this is off the second timeout that Gen.G calls. Just Karen and Foxy9 left, and they have to turn tail and save.
Now you just have to figure it out on your own. It's all up to Munchkin. And he's done miraculous things for this team before, but
Ke sini, ke situ taruh di
right
meja itu
now,
nanti meja
even
itu
if you
dibersihin.
find the
Ke situ
answer,
ya.
if you have enough
Bener ya.
rounds, whoa, Carpe on the hunt. They're so
Tahu
far
mau
ahead.
mau lihat
They
sini
don't
juga
even
bisa
mind.
kalau
Yeah,
mau,
Karen
asal
already
lihat
has
sini.
ult anyway. They'll just try to take away whatever weapons. It does get shut down rather anticlimactically. But 9-0.
Pelan-pelan ya.
A score unlike anything we've seen before against Gen.G.
2 rounds left in this first half.
Oh my gosh. What a dizzy. The jump out as well. And you know, it makes sense. T1, one of the first ones to run the zoo comp here in Vine. And this time they even use Buzz as part of that. Just flies out alongside all of that util. They know how this works. Carpe knows how this works. Coach Autumn and the rest of the staff
Welcome,
knows how this works.
Shofi.
Still though, trying to make some slight adjustments. Gen.G now desperate for it. In for texture on that showstopper in towards Bats. Yeoman still on towards B-Long. Trying to gather information.
Look at this. T1, once again, they take contact, slow creep up, right up to the line of scrimmage. And then they'll have util at the ready. They'll wait for the poison cloud to go down. The toxins are going to be gone. What's the answer here? Do we use a smoke?
Oh.
If you're Gen.G, he's thinking about it. Oh, just too far jumping out. Munchkin, meanwhile, gets a long-range kill on B-Long, but that's already the sign to enter the site. Foxy9 stabilizes. There's the orbital strike. Meteor takes a little bit of damage. Down to 21 HP, but he snuck through. They have no idea. Foxy9 starts trembling, and Meteor gets cleaned up by Munchkin.
Two players and the spike down on the ground for T1.
Yeoman still holding in case there's a rotation, but this may not pay off. It's gonna take so long for him to regroup. Holding on to backside and Evan, he needs to make a run for it. No more Vice, so you have to run through. His first mission will have to be to check for the Brimstone, but he's hiding out in showers.
Welcome, Rifki.
Yeoman's now within range of the site, so Sky smokes up. Izu and Carpe.
Izu with a wraparound. Same with Carpe and Yeoman. He senses it, but can he have the timing? He does. He finds him. Izu, a surprise
So, ada orang tadi.
done by Karen. He trusts in Yeoman. And finally, the
So,
team
nggak ada so mana tadi
rewarded
guys.
for one round to Gen.G.
9-1 guys, let's go.
Finally paying off. First round on the board. It took a really long time and a huge concerted effort just to get here. Still needing to close off the rest of the first half in almost like perfect style though. They got some ultimates to work with. You know, Yeoman on the Nightfall, Texture on the Showstopper. But nonetheless, this is just extremely labored for Gen.G right now.
Yeah, but just even in that moment, Yeoman doing his best, showcasing the experience he has as a leader on other squads. Down in Challenger saying, we're back. Trying to get the troops rallied, riled up, ready to go.
Oh, T1 though.
Oh shit.
Hookah, one of the most dangerous ways to execute.
Oh shit, oh shit.
If it works,
Oh,
Dizzy, there it
bagus.
is. A quick 180 with the Showstopper.
What? Texture? What?
In the world is that? Mr. 4K himself gets 4 on
Gila itu
the
kenapa
site.
urusan?
Takes time, keeps Stacks at bay. There's the Dizzy. Stacks hides away from it.
Oh, guys.
Is it a peek out? Foxy9, he gets spotted. And Gen.G Texture! No longer 4K! Call him the bat of the ace!
Guys, just how? Tell me how.
The second one picked
What?
up in this entire series, and he's just continuing off. It felt like the entire round was lost for just a second,
mana
but
sih ini,
all
Mak?
of a sudden, out of nowhere, up in the skies, Texture, the
Gila banget
Showstopper
sih itu.
straight into Hookah as
Damn.
everyone tried to hop off. Triple kill through and through.
Wow. I mean, oh my gosh, the Predator ace here for Texture. Second one, like you said. We've never seen this happen before for this guy. But is that what's needed? He's always been the one to create just the impossible for Gen.G when they are the most down. Sure, sometimes it used to be Meteor,
Itu dia
can buy
roket
time,
S5 tadi ya.
but it was Texture getting an ace, getting a 4K. That lights that fire.
Aduh, bentar orang. Ntar guys, gue matiin facecam dulu ya. Orang yang terakhir datang.
So now trying to create a little bit more pressure across the map while this trio of T1 tries to launch something in towards A main. Still though, Stacks now already noted. Flash is not quite available now. Nightfall sent through as well from Yeoman.
Only Tax 1, that might be a little bit of misinformation because the rest of the squad from T1 was already nearby. Our crows set up, it does get popped, Molly at the ready, but here comes the Thrash. Gen.G, can they separate long enough? Buzz gets onto the side.
Nice, Meteor.
He's aware of the position.
4-4 guys, santai, chill.
Charon hiding, takes out Meteor. He still does everything he can to defend this site. He's
Tele kah?
blinded.
Nggak tele
He'll
kan?
hold on, he'll
Nggak
hold
mau tele nih.
true. And the backup has arrived. 4v3, Spike not planted yet.
Looking to truly survive or die on this hill as long as his teammates arrive on time, and now they're here. Now they push out. Karen starts it off. Texture continues to swing and catching on
Wah,
to
Texture
two.
bangun,
He's on the
anjir.
final death. Gen.G will complete the 3 straight rounds. We end the first half in a 9-3.
And you might say it's old news, you might say it's been run to the ground, but when it matters most,
Wah, gawat,
one
Tex.
half left to get to Masters
Siap, siap. Nggak boleh
Bangkok.
takabur.
Do you
Nggak boleh takabur ya, guys.
believe in the scoreline? Because Gen.G has done everything possible to make it a reality.
Guys, remember, no takabur.
Truly feels as though this entire matchup is truly just destined for greatness between these two teams, between all of the players. The parallels drawn, Texture breaking his curse. They completed the comeback from before. They pushed us down to this very moment. Can they do it one more time?
10 rounds left for Gen.G. Can they make it happen? T1 trying to relax, but you know it's impossible on stage. All 10 members, the coaching staff, everybody, they've been standing on that stage 4.5 hours, just waiting to punch their tickets, waiting to confirm their reservations.
T1 win Pistolen, easy win, trust me. Pistol is fucking important, come on T1.
Ngako, chill.
I know the camera's on the audience members right now who's
well, one of his friends is going to buy dinner apparently, whichever team loses.
All right.
So the middle guy wins no matter what.
But what I want you to focus on though is look at the eyes of these players right now. It's not just, you know, fatigue, maybe sure some of it, but at the same time it really reflects onto the tension, the emotions on the stage right now. That's what's at stake here.
You have to imagine you're a player, you get to this point. So many past rounds start flashing before your eyes, you have to shake it off.
Bilangin
And sometimes
aksesnya
that
Del.
Masters
Bocil.
logo starts flashing before your eyes. You have to shake that off. The job's not done until it is over. Buzz trying his best. He's always been praised for how well locked in he was no matter the series. But even he himself starting to show that tension creep up over his skin. Looks like a little bit of a retooling here for Munchkin on the gear side maybe. Headset back on, ready for the second half. 12 total rounds remaining. Unless they want to go to another overtime. One team gets to go to Masters, one team will play again tomorrow against DRX. Texture seemingly having a headache, but boy has he not shown it in the server the last 3 rounds.
Tembus gak suara Del?
Enggak gitu kenceng.
He's truly summoned everything that he's got. 2 aces, one to close out the previous map. The second to save his team just when it looks like everything was lost. Still though, that was just the first half. We are not done with this yet. 9-3 scoreline means it's 4 rounds for T1 to close everything out.
I'm
Not too many chances for Gen.G. Not too many mistakes allowed, and it's gonna have to
Ayo,
start
kalian yuk, pala gue udah pusing nih
with
guys.
this pistol. T1, they've been struggling with their pistols several times, but today they've been able to try to get ahead away from Gen.G. And now it lies on Gen.G to answer back. They get the pistol, the gap closes, and suddenly it's anybody's game. Gen.G's attack. Lock in, wake up everybody, because it's only gonna happen once as we get ready to find out who the second team from VCT Pacific will be to go to Masters Bangkok.
That's absolutely right, Shobra. Gen.G is starting things off with 3
Come on, please win Pistolen, please.
in their arsenal. With a toxic screen at an angle down into the A site. They hold. T1's pushing out.
They're waiting for it, but Foxy Knight, he doesn't have an escape. He has to at least get 1 kill. He will, and it will be a trade. T1 suddenly.
Why don't you play? Up to this year, I'm content creator, no more player.
Where the remaining members have been.
Continuing to hold now, still Carpe jiggling inside of Hookah. They don't have too much information out of B long, so just kind of giving up that space to Gen.G, but at the same time marking the angle still at long range. Izu.
Yeah, and Gen.G, they think with the silence that T1 would bite onto a rotate, and T1 had considered it. But Stacks is back, but it's a clean shot from Texture. The site weakened. The wild card will come down to Carpe. Will he be able to provide assistance? He decides to regroup. And still 45 seconds left on the clock. Gen.G says we'll play time.
Yeah, pops the smoke. Gen.G plays around it. Texture, he allows himself to get noted by that 0 point. The rest of his team, though,
Carpe
back into Ratuka, and Carpe goes down.
Now Stacks all alone, and Gen.G, no matter where they go, they'll have an absolute advantage. Stacks has to do the impossible. Haunt comes out right under the tube. He's been spotted, marked, down to 1 HP. And down to 1 member of T1.
Oh shit.
Still able to get away with at least 1, but now
It's my room, guys, not hotel, it's my room.
Meteor. I mean, you're gonna have to do so much.
When he's done it before, but with just a ghost, no sheriff in hand. What he can do. Smoke comes out again. Nobody's watching it though. Nobody's been seeing. They now turn their heads, all just waiting for for the tap. Nobody showing an absolute inch of their location, and there's just too much. There's just too much to cover. Meteor knows it. He has to start going for it. They hear the footsteps, and Gen.G, the start they needed. 4 rounds on the board.
Yeah, not even trying to let the opportunity slip by. He's not going to try to track for the headshot. Just fire 4 shots through and through, and we'll get whatever we can. And that stack's going down. Thanks to Foxy9 being able to collect onto the first. Thanks to Texture now, once again online with the Sheriff, being able to collect onto these nasty shots. Gen.G truly looking for to complete this opportunity all the way back up.
Enggak
Fives
guys.
up through
Nonton
now.
nonton.
2 Bulldogs, a Guardian, and a Marshall. They're angling in towards A site once again.
Quick elimination on that Arc Rose. They know the location of 2 members. 1 classic over by Hookah.
Okay, by Shorty again. Can he do a magic like before, guys? 2 kill enough, Bas. 2 kill.
Bit of Marshall from Munchkin as well to lock out the angle in towards Baths. Be careful with the approach though. Meteor on the other end. It is just a classic though.
Yeah, but that Marshall, if you give it over to Meteor,
oh,
might have gotten that quick sight. So Meteor will just hold a close angle. So T1 just all looking, just fishing for 1 kill, maybe 2 at close range. Munchkin steps away. Buzz, that smoke will run out eventually. And the Vice gets taken down, and that should be the signal. But do they recognize the trouble? So many players have been sitting here. This time Buzz into the smoke at first. But Munchkin still inching forward. The timing has to be right. There's the Prowler, a close check. Buzz gets 1, but that's going
It's okay, it's only eco, guys. It's only eco.
A complete pinch, a safe check from Gen.G. And Wingman will go in and plant the spike.
Thanks to that, most players still able to watch for the further angles. Izu will hold alongside Carpe in case Gen.G does continue to push up. They are looking to hold on to these positions and not to give Gen.G too much. They have an advantage then, and they don't want to throw it away.
Gen.G, Munchkin, seeing if he can get a couple more kills.
Where's the story? Because I'm already tired, guys.
So
I'm like this.
Perhaps a little bit more of the creds, a little bit more of the old points, as he's already got 3 on the board. He has time, but it's a nice little crossfire. If he does get even 1, it would be impressive.
Whoa.
He gets both.
What the fuck?
What in the world? Just on a swivel.
He went in, crouched, flicked to get the first, and also doubled back.
Damn.
Just, and sure, it's an eco for T1, but it's things like this. Yeah, it's things like this that suddenly make your opponent look like giants.
All right. T1, they've got a chance at stopping this now. If not, you know, if Gen.G converts the bonus, that's going to be a huge confidence boost.
Yeah, but they've got the firepower to do it. 5 rifles. Sure, not all Phantoms or Vandals, but it might be enough. Shot onto the wall, see if Buzz was up top on top of the truck.
Meanwhile, Gen.G slow and steady, yet trying to retrieve as much information as possible. T1 looking to do the same. Nothing noted outside of Baths as the Prowler comes in to check Hookah. Meteor as well as Izu alerted.
Shearwall's still here on B main, right outside of Octagon as well. So Gen.G, if they want this to be valuable, they'll have to work the map a bit more. Some pings that will call over stacks just in case.
Aduh,
Ayo
guys.
T1.
Gen.G already starting to play very slow. This is what Gen.G want. They like to play slow. Oh my god! Really? They go A? What the? Okay, come on, Buzz.
The timing
2 kill enough, Buzz.
has to be impeccable because Buzz, he's just focused, laser focused on the 1 angle. They start to hear the advances. Buzz just does not want anything else than the 1 target, but he gets chipped. 61 HP. Now they're trapped.
Oh, nice.
It's just an absolute pinch. Carpe opens out an exit. Back onto the site they go. There's the C's. Buzz, he's been decayed, but he will survive. Nobody spraying through just yet. Foxy9 wants the spike. He needs to pick it up.
And hopped on over. Running out of time though, and Karen has to go at some point. Buzz, Carpe, they're still locked in. Up around the sides, Karen initiates, but still, Foxy9 going through the trade stacks, finds one right back, pop flash over, but the spike goes down anyway. A dizzy sent over from Izu, they shoot it down,
Nice!
but Meteor comes out and initiates off of the fight.
Oh my god.
D1! They managed to stifle Gen.G's momentum.
Absolute chaos, and all the props to Foxy9 and Charon for doing what they can.
Ini
But
versi ladies.
T1,
Enggak.
they don't fall into
Aduh,
that
yang
trap
mendekat
of
banget.
we can stop the defuse. They say
Ampun,
give, or
kacau.
it's the plant rather. We can give the plant, we're gonna fight with numbers. Take the shots you can, but do not overextend. The discipline coming in, and Stacks opening things up for his team.
Salman?
Such a champ. I mean, maybe the read not entirely there, but he did have an inkling as to what might have happened on the A side, as to what would have happened on the A side, and that's why quick with the reactions as well. Now, different toxic screen from Gen.G in towards Lamps.
Yeah, just a traditional one to lurk onto A short, trying to tie somebody up on the A site. But if you want this to have value, you gotta work the teleporter on the sides of the map. And right now, T1 has full control. Meanwhile, Stacks only one away.
Nggak usah dicari-cari guys, udah.
That's right.
Sambil lagi yo ini
Next to this
sedikit banget.
toxic screen, he's keeping up the pressure towards B-Lock, continuing to jiggle a little bit in here and there, not spotting anything out. So further information for T1 now, and then Stacks to think about pivoting back to the A site. Buzz also
welcome,
still locked in towards Showers. Carpe jiggling for info as well.
It's just a full-out send here from Gen.G. They've waited, and they're just trying to bait that out. Timing miss here. Carpe barely getting out with his life, so Lamps has to be given over. Showers, Buzz, all alone. He gets regrouped with Carpe, but they're both going to be a little bit weaker. Carpe gets taken down. Buzz reclaims that position. He knows there's too many, but he just has nowhere to go. Two people waiting for him. Spike already planted. Meteor deeper in than the opponents expect. That's one member down, trying to create a crack in the armor here.
Nice.
The pop flash, it doesn't hit, but it's still going to lead to the kill. Charon, good for a trade. Now a 3v2. Stacks down to 46 HP.
He's up around the sides, goes in for the defuse, at least tries to stick it out.
It's okay,
He pushes up, Yeoman and Karen will eliminate the final two players, just to stay alive for another round. I mean, Gen.G says that there are many ways to slice this pie. They knew that this is where Carpe and Buzz would play it. That's why Texture hops up onto this box.
Yeah, I love that they recognize what happened in that previous round, and they still go for a pinch, but this time make sure that they can't just sit around on the site and try to deny the spike plant. And they love the push up as well. Not just waiting on utility, you know you have a 2v2, and you still have one member after the mosh pit to peek out. This time, Shearwall once again set up on the A side. It's been too many hits on A short. And Gen.G, will they recognize this setup? And when will they discover it? Creeping up for now. Spots Meteor! Well, they don't need to find it anymore. It's right there, late bear. Not active. Stacks waiting with a Sheriff in hand. They know Buzz has been in Showers. Munchkin has the map downloaded. He knows the positions of T1. The eco round. Sheriff not gonna do the job. Munchkin even waiting for the flank. I mean, everything read through. Oh. He gets one kill, but just a classic, okay? Picks up a Phantom.
Would bring him a little bit closer towards that Thrash for future rounds. He's still gonna go and hunt for whatever he could find. Taking his time.
Yeah, but after that much time passes with 43 HP, goes for the save, would rather build up a little bit of that economy. Picking up a free Phantom, and I have to wonder if T1's gonna call a timeout right now, because this round, the previous round, just goes to show that Gen.G has the read. Gen.G actually didn't have almost any information, but just off of Stacks' 0 point onto Hookah, they know that it's always been 0 point, potential rotate. If we wait long enough, they go back to B, the rotation's late. And then they wait also for the hit onto Lamps as well.
Tinggal lagi Vin.
That's that hit that really sets things off.
Kenapa yang tinggal jadi menang?
Just being able to go in that confidently now against T1.
And I love the tempo change against an eco round as well here from Gen.G. Munchkin trying to bring up the confidence again. Only 3 rounds apart now, but the operator comes online for Buzz.
Okay.
And that's the time Gen.G now considering shifting their weight towards the B side of the map.
Guys, biar relax nontonnya.
That operator wholly, but at the same
I think we need operator, guys.
SNL door picked up by Carpe, orbital strike afforded. Gen.G continuing to hold. They're not really pushing their weight either way just yet, in case there is a bit of a peek out from T1, but Nothing so far. A bit of a sky smoke off of a timing. Gen.G thinks that it might be a slight opening.
It does look like Gen.G eventually still just wants to go through a short. I think they've just accepted the fact that Buzz probably is in showers and he can have that space, but do they expect him to push all the way out? If you're gonna go for something like a thrash pinch onto showers, you might not even find him because he's so far out.
And he's then able to double back in to hold the angle from showers into sight. Nightfall sent through. Buzz continuing to kind of hold his spot, maybe pushing further to set up a bit of a flank. T1 arriving on the site. Texture pulls out the showstopper. He's looking for Buzz.
Yeah, but the no command shuts it down. Meanwhile, you do have Munchkin on the other side of the map, but the spike has already been planted. Does he catch sight? He doesn't quite, but the shear wall should have been tripped, and there's Texture, swings out! Doesn't give Buzz an absolute chance at all to fight. Orbital strike has been used to clear out lamps, but Texture still holding showers. That's created an opportunity for Gen.G. T1, they try to answer back, but there's so much post-plant. In fact, using it now as a delay. Stax holding close. He's the one who has to get the kill. They know he's close because of that 0 point. He's given himself away, and Yo Man confidently takes his shots. That should be the round. No chance to sit on the defuse. Gen.G now up to 8. Operator dropped. Economy broken. T1, they need to find a solution.
This might be then the moment that Gen.G, off of round wins like these, they put themselves within range of tying up the score against T1. What a round, what a play. And how they're able to suss out Buzz's position, not allowing him to even re-scope back in. Buzz kind of, Texture kind of knew he didn't have information further back in, was able to creep up. At the same time, knowing that Stax was going to peek out, Gen.G and the whole squad, they just set themselves up and ready.
T1, yeah, looking a little bit defeated on stage. And this is that difference. Do you thrive off the pressure or do you start to crumble? Does the anxiety start to creep up? Because Stax, I mean, sure, he's won in Korea, but it hasn't really been coming to fruition since VCT Pacific. You have to remember, the era of DRX ends as Pacific begins. Paper Rex takes him down in that grand final, the very first one. And since then, sure, they've risen back up at stage 2 last year, but it was Gen.G that shuts them down. Stax hasn't been to an international since 2 years ago.
It was also Gen.G that lifted a trophy when DRX could not. I certainly hope that these ghosts aren't coming back to haunt Stax. Ghosts from the past. You're on the new team now. You've come this far now. 10-8. There are still 2 rounds ahead. Economy not great, as you mentioned. And T1 looking to tie things up. I mean, tie up the loose ends. 3 stack on the A site.
You do have Steel Garden. You can make the fight even, and you have a showstopper. There is a chance for T1 to make the 5v fight their advantage, but can they get in position for it? No information found just yet. 0 point still being held by Stax. Waiting. They'll throw it out off the paint shells, but they have to give up the site, and that's a quick entry here from Gen.G. Oh no, they cross paths. They don't know about Buzz! The showstopper only finds one, and he immediately gets gunned down. The least of their worries here on the side of Gen.G as they take out the member in Hookah. Wingman goes out to clear out the smoke, pushes T1 back, but they will not be moved. They will hold on to the side!
Oh my god!
Carpe! A 3K! It brings T1 closer!
12 yuk, pelan-pelan yuk.
That's really close if you ask me. I thought it was
buku
kind of
12 yuk,
when
buku 12.
Izu fell. I mean, he was holding inside a hookah. It was just a phantom, but because he's dead, then not too many guns afforded for T1. But Carby picks one up, and off of that, spins around and finds the 3rd.
Let's go!
Put in the
Semangat
last
yuk.
moment, but Carby still able to deliver.
And that's what he's always provided for T1. No matter
Let's
what
go.
the other
That's
games
always
were
what
like,
he
no
always
matter what the
provided
team
for
was
T1.
like, when they needed it, it's the clutches, it's these multi-kills, it's the anchor down on the site. Now an operator afforded again for Buzz. Gen.G trying to change the tempo, trying to get ahead of things.
Flans.
Trying to get ahead in towards B, long garden, a little bit of hookah as well, but Now just noting out and selling early information. That 0 point, that was intentional.
Yeah, Texture gets hit. Says the duelist is over by the B side. T1, what's your call? They'll hold for the time being, but a lot of time has passed.
We've seen this a lot. Buzz, he's still holding. If Gen.G does decide to push in showers now, that could be someone biting the dust.
Yeah, and the sheer wall over by A short as well, so the pinch won't be perfect. They're getting closer. Surely some util. There's the Prowler, waits for it. Shot fired. Boombot trying to delay. Gives him an opportunity.
Nice, Buzz.
Down right before the wingman. Yo man down. No more fade. No more info. Buzz, does he go for another? He waits. He goes. Takes the shot. It's a whiff. But the shorty in hand. There's the peek out. Steel Garden now forces Gen.G out of this fight. Spike still in hand, but only 25 seconds. Your teammates are over by B, but can they even get in? Charon stabilizes, but the spike, can it get there? They have to take the long way around.
Halftime or not ya?
Foxy9 sprinting, but I don't think he's going to make it. It's just too far. They take the safety. 10 seconds counting down.
It's going to be down to the wire.
You have to land on the site. The spike is dropped, and so are the hopes of Gen.G.
Nice. I don't.
I can't tell you, Chobra. Going the long way around, that has to hurt. Karen even threw down a molly just to buy more time for his team before T1 arrives on the site. Buzz, the way that he was able to recollect, reaggress, re-peek in towards these Bath's angles truly shuts things down and deletes players away from Gen.G's roster. And there we stand.
Let's go!
Point 12-8. Operator still online. Same spot.
Just one more round win for T1. Prowler being denied a little bit by that 0 point. No man can't follow up on it. Sheerwall once again set up. And Gen.G, they haven't ever really tripped this one. They've only taken out Meteor once. But it's going to be a 5-stack onto B. Gen.G just going to play on a timing. No info on the other side of the map. All in onto this side. Carpe spots him, has to duck out. Smoke up, trying to anchor down on the site. Jumping out of this window is going to be so dicey. They do have the pit, and it's going to be used right above, all the way to the site. There's the showstopper. What? Carpe ducks right under it. How does he stay alive on this site? He's still alive in elbow, keeps things alive. Karen and Foxy9 answering back. It all comes down to this spike planted. One retake. T1 loses Carpe, loses control of elbow. Buzz running, sprinting to provide assistance. Foxy9 is waiting for him. Buzz has to get the shot. Meteor trying to get ahead of it. He gets it. No! Foxy9's ready for it. And now Meteor all alone. He's been tagged. The Dizzy sounds the alarm. And this should be another round for Gen.G. Another chance to remain in the running.
3 rounds away from another overtime. So incredibly close, but they make it to the finishing line. Straight in with a showstopper. Incredible decision-making from Carpe. Quick-witted as he pushes further up front, running and gunning, and throwing a caution to the wind. But down to at the end as well, Foxy9 alongside Karen. Thanks to that orbital strike, it just buys further time and spacing away. Thanks to that, the spike was able to go down. Next round comes up now. A bit of a half buy out from T1. Possible 10th for Gen.G as Munchkin comes up online with an outlaw.
Yeah, but this time on the other side, there's that Thrash and the outlaw as well. So a big combo. And T1, they'll have to make the hard choice of do we try to use it when we have the chance to just secure the win, or do we wait?
Nggak usah maju, udah Bas.
Buzz spotted.
Buat
a bit
apa?
too wide. And that Showers now somewhat in control of Gen.G. They hold TP control around the map.
And again, selling fake info with that 0 point. Gen.G slowly creeping back up into A short where it's just Meteor.
Yeah, but they push out this time. T1, they'll push out of Hookah. They don't want to be trapped with false information. Izu going for the check. Texture, he gets one. He suspects another, but Carpe's holding close. I don't think you expected. The movement was good, but Texture's got a phantom. Meanwhile, the execute begins. Foxy9, yet another kill.
There's nowhere, I guess. There's nowhere, right? Ulti again.
The tap. They wait for a reaction. Wingman sent out for safety. Munchkin lands the
Ya,
shorty.
gimana?
Now
Nggak.
2 rounds apart as Gen.G gets a flawless.
Oh my god.
Flawless.
Kita ada timeout
Give
kan?
themselves,
I think
just
have one.
everything
Ada
that
lagi
they can
lagi,
afford,
harus satu lagi harusnya.
every possible piece of weaponry or utility to close in and tie up the score for the overtime. T1 going for these plays again and again. Where
Woi,
extra
coba tarik nafas ya sih anak-anak T1. Ayo guys, kasih tahu.
now stacks onto the ace.
Bisa yuk.
With the operator for texture. That's their answer. This time for Buzz. It's a face-off. Buzz is already in position. And texture, can you let
Nice!
Buzz flicks right onto
No
his
texture, no
arm.
texture, no texture.
The raise
No
down.
texture, guys.
The investment gone. And control of the map just absolutely diminished.
2 power ultimates online for T1 as well. Sure, that could be a thrash for a thrash, but you gotta imagine this is just advantage on top of advantage for T1. Buzz still
Maju lu.
locked down. Munchkin, think twice.
You gotta send the thrash. You have to just use the movement. You have to send it. You have to chase him out. You have to land the detain. Doesn't quite chase up. He dodges it. He's
Buset,
got the
gila,
overhead.
buset.
Angels to delay. His
Don't repick, don't
teammates
repick.
have
It's all wrong.
arrived.
Don't repick,
Gen.G
don't repick,
still
don't repick.
have
It's a bad
50
angle. Don't repick,
seconds.
don't repick.
They need to stay calm and cool as T1.
Oh, nice!
Now waiting, just a couple kills away. The outs go out, and it's
Coba cari Foxy please.
Foxy 9.
Oh my god!
Goes down.
Oh my
Enter their first ever grand finals.
Yo!
VCT Pacific.
Welcome to Bangkok, Thailand.
Oh my god!
Time they have punched their way to Masters Bangkok, Chobra.
Ah.
13 to
What the
10 on this
fuck?
final
Finally,
map.
guys. Nota kabur.
Gen.G
Aku pengen nangis,
almost making the
sumpah.
full comeback.
Oh, anjir, nota kabur, guys. Gawe Del, Bangkok gawe Del.
Trying to make themselves proud of holding that badge called T1. Everyone in Korea growing up, you see that logo flashing everywhere in the world of esports. It means pride, excellence, and to be the very best. And while
Oh,
they still have a little
Bangkok.
bit of that journey left, for the first time ever,
Gawe,
this team
gawe,
will once
gawe,
again announce their
gawe.
arrival in VCT.
Guys, sorry ya, berhubung gua ada urusan jadi gua harus off dulu. Ntar kita lagi malam buat insing, jadi gua duluan ya. Ini gua pindahin ke Adel ya.
Parallels drawing
bentar
between the
banget,
players, and
sumpah.
what it all comes down to, that
GG,
final
gila Gen.G, keren banget.
Guys, gua duluan ya guys ya, thank you. Del, ayo duluan ya, ayo
Oke,
urusan
baik
nih soalnya. Ada penting.
thank you.
Pindah ke Adel ya, pindah ke
Oh,
Adel.
jam 10 ya, jam 10 ya.
Wait, one more time. Hana, dulu, set, one!
Pasti.
Oke,
Welcome to
bye.
Masters
and they
Bangkok,
find
guys.
excellence on this final map. Oh, lovely hugs as well.
Hugs all around, because let's be honest, the players on T1 know
Sabar,
better
sabar.
than anybody
Matiin.
what it feels
Gutek,
like to be on the
sumpah.
other side. What
Sumpah,
it feels like
sumpah.
to be
Sumpah.
denied that entry when you were so close, when you thought you had it. And T1 had a rocky start. This kickoff, people said that Boom Esports should have beaten them 2-0. But they're able to regroup. Sylvan joining the team on the stage as this was
Wah,
absolutely a team
anjir.
effort from T1 to not only get to the grand finals for a shot at a rematch against DRX, but
Ay,
now a
jangan
chance to
nangis.
truly
Gue juga
show
mau
the
nangis.
world what kind of team they are building
Yo.
in 2025.
Foto.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your second representatives from VCT Pacific.
Let's go, T1.
Heading to the international stage.
Yeay! Besok final.
Hi guys, it's Bella. The last ticket to Masters Bangkok goes to T1. Alright, we'll have a group interview.
Let's go group interview guys.
와, 제가 숨죽이면서 보느라
Sumpah gue lapar banget.
목이 거의 쉴
gue lapar banget.
뻔했습니다.
Gak usah
지원
perkedel
선수를
Goes To
인터뷰
Bangkok.
만나보겠습니다. 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 박수. GG.
I think this was the game that had everyone on the edge of their seat.
Wah,
and
gue
I'm
stres
gonna
banget.
ask Buzz first. Alright, Buzz, I got a chance to talk to you a little
Tuh
bit prior to
nonton
the
guys
game,
sampai
and I
habis.
heard how much this win meant for you, so I want
Poster
to
dulu
talk
ah.
to you how sweet is the way.
포스터 dulu ah.
사전에 버즈 선수와 좀 이야기를 했었을 때 이번 마스터즈
저 포스터 dulu,
정말
포스터 dulu, guys.
간절하다고 이야기를 해주셨잖아요.
Yo, see you in Bangkok.
의미가 남다를 것 같은데 승리 소감부터 부탁드리겠습니다.
일단은 이겨서 너무 기쁘고요. 근데
기쁘고요.
더 기쁜
Happy
건
dia guys.
일단 저희 팀들이 저를 캐리해줘서 이겨줘가지고
Wah gila sih, gila sih.
더 기쁜 것 같고
Gila sih, sumpah
이제
gua
또 결승
jujur-
남아 있는데 그
jujur
결승 잘
hari
준비해서
ini
우승할 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
tidak banyak
아,
ekspektasi
벌써
tapi kan
다음
ada
경기를
2-0 gua.
생각하고 있군요.
Terima
I'm
kasih
really happy, of
Tuhan.
course, for the win, but I really want to give
Yeah,
like a
kita
special shout
gawe,
out to my
guys.
teammates for carrying me. And we do have the kickoff grand finals tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to play
Ya
better.
ampun.
All right, next up, Izu. Okay, your Sentinel roleplay throughout yesterday and today
Sorry, gua
was
posterin dulu.
fantastic to say the least. So I want to talk to you
Yeah.
about how you feel about that role
GG.
switch between you and Meteor. 이제 이주 선수 감시자로서의 이렇게 역할을 어제 오늘 볼 수 있었는데 정말
Gua
대단했습니다. 일단
nangis.
역할 변경에 대해서도 좀 어떻게 생각하고
Carpenter sih,
있는지
salah Carpenter
궁금해요.
kocak. Carpe.
일단 제가 감독님이
이수.
시키는 모든 롤을 좀 부족하긴 해도
Meteor.
다 해낼 수 있다고 생각하고
Aduh,
저희
si Meteor
팀원들이랑
IG
감독님
apa lagi
또
lupa.
전부 저를
Nice
믿어주고
99
있다고
Teo.
저도 생각하고 있기 때문에 그
Aduh, gua
기대에
stres
부응하기
banget sumpah guys.
위해서도
Gak usah hashtagnya begitu, udah.
I think that it was the coaching staff and my
GG,
teammates having that faith in me that I'll be
congratulations.
able to pull my weight as the Sentinel, and I'm really just glad that I was
Yay,
able
Bangkok.
to, not even exceed, just go up to their expectations. All right, who is next? Carpe. Hello. We were able to see you next to Autumn.
Ajay!
The coach came
Wow.
and you came, and it's like you never left. You were just fantastic. Your
Curut
form
lupa
was
matiin
on
Huya.
point with the
Sumpah.
4K and clutches. I want to ask you, how was
Semua.
today, and has the
Semua sih?
experience next to Autumn helped
Dia
you?
lupa matiin Huya.
카르페 선수 이번 킥오프 초반에 어떤 코치님과 같이 이렇게 자리한 모습을 저희가 많이 볼 수
야?
있었는데 또 선수로 같이 합류하게
가격
되면서 카르페가 떠난 적이 있었나 싶을 정도로 폼이 정말 훌륭했습니다. 좀 오늘 경기 소감도
Si
그렇고
Kevin ini tuh kenapa ya guys, sumpah.
감독님 곁에서 같이 코칭을 하면서 그런 이야기 나눈 게
Sumpah si Kevin ini tuh kenapa ya?
일단 저희가 어제 경기 끝나고 얻은 게 되게 많아서 오늘 경기를 이길 수 있었다고 생각을 하고요. 그리고 제가 감독님이랑 같이 옆에서 지켜보면서 게임 얘기를 엄청 많이 나눴었는데 그런 것들이 도움이 너무 많이 됐고 그리고 중간에 저를 믿고 저를 이제 플레이하게
udah mati belum
해주고
Huyanya?
저희 팀원들이랑 회사 전부에게 너무나 감사합니다.
Apa IP lupa.
Yes, of
Sabar,
course.
cek dulu guys.
And making sure that we have all the game
Udah.
com in line. That has definitely
Jika
helped us to play
udah
better.
semua
And first
diem.
and foremost, I actually want to thank my teammates and the org for letting
Ya,
me,
GG semuanya. Besok kita ketemu lagi, kita nonton grand final ya. Gua lapar banget, sumpah. Kita off dulu apa gimana ini? Kita off dulu apa gimana guys? Apa lanjut aja nih bodoh? Udah lanjut ya bodoh. Lanjut aja ya. Hai semuanya teman-temanku. How are you guys? Selamat malam, welcome back to my stream. Lanjut judul dulu, lanjut in sync. Sambil makan ya, kita sambil makan ya guys. Gue lapar banget. Apa sih ini guys? Jujur, gak salah kalian Hokage. Kita nyalain media share dulu, sabar. Ini tuh tadi error, kocak. Ini apa teh? Saweria. Tuh kan, gak nongol. Gitar belekannya malam sayang. Ini apa lagi? Gitar balekan apa lagi nih? Apa nih? Selamat malam kage. Apa sih? Jangan gitu guys ah. Enggak, amin. Enggak guys, kita tuh kita nggak bisa buatin yang semua orang ya. Just enjoy what you have, no thanks for being busy. Pipi, Tiwan Whiting, thank you Narento. Maaf ya guys, ternyata dari tadi error ini Sawerianya. Malam streamer panutan, aja gitu dong. Kenapa sih kok kalian manis banget hari ini? Gue terbang nih. Iyalah kesenangan enggak, aku biasa aja. Halo KG cewek enggak. Amin. Dia enakan parfum invite atau glitch kalau ke gereja? Gue lebih suka invite kalau ke gereja ya. Welcome, my name is D. Selamat malam semuanya. Besok kita watch party offline gak sih guys? Kayak nonton T1 di mana gitu? Di mana ya? Absen kita, hai Calvin. Gak ada ini kah? Gak ada watch party offline kah? Ya kah? Masa sih gak ada? Coba kita tanya. Besok? Gak ada kah? Pengen deh ultah di DM di MCN YB. Aku tuh ada sebenarnya fotonya, gue ada tuh guys fotonya guys. Tapi di tengah-tengahnya tuh ada foto laki-laki yang harusnya disensor gitu. Kalian mau lihat ya? Sebenarnya kalau kalian nyelam juga ketemu anjir. Enggak, Bokim enggak mau, gue nggak mau gitu guys ah. Jangan ah. Malu atuh euy. Sabar, gue ini dulu fotonya. Mana ya fotonya? Jangan ah. Enggak. Selamat malam semuanya, welcome back. Kayak kita harus restream sih, soalnya ini tadi depan ada T1 kan. Gue restream aja kali ya. Restream kah kita? Gue lapar banget lagi. Kacau. Apa pesan makan dulu guys? Gue lapar banget, kocak. Restream aja ya. Aku stream ulang ya. Gak udah bentar gue sambil pesen makan dulu. Kita sambil kita sambil ngobrol-ngobrol. Apa sih KG gue pukul kalian ya, sumpah gue pukul pala lu pada satu-satu anjir. Makan apa ya teman-teman? Makan apa ya yang sehat dan aku tahu aku makan apa. Nah kita makan ini aja nih. Oke, kita makan pokeball. 1 jam sih datangnya, gak apa-apa lah. Oke. Untung tadi kita gak ngopi jir. Kalian bayangin kalau aku ngopi terus T1 main kayak begitu ya. Kayak bisa gemetaran sampai gila deh. Absen please. Hai Patricia Simatupang. Yaudah. Hai, siapa ya? Absen dulu, tadi belum absen. Hai Maya, hai Birus, hai Gus Riantono, hai Uzui, Bram, Sizu, Poka, King, Lembu, Korel, Cak, Seper, Kania, Cavalier, Gary, Wawa, Tiara, Wilal, Anon, ada Anon, ada Serenity, ada Dobret, Pradiptia, ada Avi, ada Kido, Malam, Kagewa. Apa sih Kagewati? Gue belum, enggak, udah. Ilham, Ray, Serenity, Andri. Guys, kalian apa sih kalian ngomongin apa sih kage-kage? Aku nggak ngerti tahu. Aku tuh nggak ngerti banget dari tadi kalian tuh manggil aku kage tuh kenapa? Nggak ngerti aku. Serius nggak ngerti gue. Terakhir jadi penting ganteng budak apa budak tapi ganteng nggak dua-duanya. Nggak dua-duanya. Jangan sama-samain gue sama dia ya. Dia tuh gila anjir. Guys, Mas Dan tuh makannya jauh lebih gila daripada gue ya. Kamu adik dari semua tapi gue terharu. Nggak sih, nggak mau kalau ada. Nanti ya kalau disuruh memberi tanggapan. Ya kalau ada media share baru direct aja lah. Nggak ngerti. Welcome Irsam. Gue lagi galau nih, should I restream or not? Kita ganti judul T1 Goes To Bangkok. Gue di stream deh. Enggak, aku di stream aja deh supaya replaynya nggak kecampur. Udah kasihan Mas Den di streaming YB kayak anak laparan. Tahu gue tuh kemarin ya, kita tuh gue Gen.G, Jambu, Kevin sama Jason kan nungguin dia di Minder Gindang biru di channel apa sih Anon? Kan gue ya nanti ceritanya abis ini, oke? Bentar. Oke? BRB, bye bye, see you, BRB.